When you think about moving abroad, learning a language is always something that comes to mind, especially when you think of moving to Europe, wherein there's a plethora of languages to learn depending on where you want to settle in. These are some tips that I found absolutely not useful at all when trying to learn a language. Number one, choose a language that you have absolutely no interest in learning and just push yourself to just enjoy it even though you have no connection to this language and no interest in it and you're treating it like a chore. 2. Keep switching languages. If you think of learning Spanish one day, the next day just think of learning French. It makes it so much easier to learn both languages at the same time, and then on the third day, when you switch to something like Hungarian, it just gets easier. 3. Never bother trying to practice the language you're learning. This way, if you just keep consuming enough content, your brain will learn it through osmosis and you'll become proficient in whatever language you choose to learn just by focusing on consuming it as much as possible without ever trying any form of output like speaking or writing or interacting with another person who speaks the same language. Next, never try to face any difficulties in this language. The moment you feel like this language gets hard, just don't push through. Don't even think about trying to make an effort to push through the difficulty, whether it's feeling self-conscious when you're trying to speak the language or when you make a mistake trying to write. Never try to rectify it. Just take it always as a threat and never as a way to improve yourself. Just dismiss it and move on to doing something much easier, much more in your comfort zone, like avoiding that language as a whole. Another one I would say is just stick to what the Duolingo version of that language has to offer, even if it's the only form that appeals to you because you are absolutely terrified by a green bird coming to haunt you. It will change your life by just learning those verses and phrases that Duolingo has to offer because it's exactly what every native would like to use and continues to use, and you'll be absolutely in the right place if you use these exact same phrases without trying to refer to any other resource or trying to use chunking or any other method that's available to learn a language. Then, never try to watch content in this target language of yours. This way, you might not actually understand what's happening and you might have to pause and rewind whatever content you're watching, whether it be a movie or a YouTube video, and this is a waste of time. Instead, it's much easier to push through, never bother trying to understand what the person was trying to say in the language, and you'll figure it out. You'll come across this word or these phrases again. So why waste your time just pausing and trying to learn this language by repeated exposure or trying to understand what the mistakes or underlying faults were? That is not efficient use of your time at all. Never put in the effort to try and find someone that's a native speaker or a proficient speaker of this language, because they will make you understand absolutely nothing. And you should never put in the effort to figure out what they're trying to say or trying to find analogies between the language you know and the language you're trying to learn, because that's such a headache. Why would you do that? It's so much effort. And what if you accidentally learn the language or your own underlying faults that prevent you from learning the language? That's too much. You just stop. This is not the way to do it. You should always wait for an AI revolution. This way, you won't ever have to learn a language, but by simply putting a earpiece in, you can translate whatever words you want in the target language. This way, you never have to pick up a skill or ever think about learning anything new. Even a language becomes just a waste of time to learn because it's a redundant skill. You can have AI translate everything through a simple earpiece. Like, why waste your time picking up a skill? It's too much effort, and it's not in your best interest to try and learn something new. Another important thing is to tell everyone that you're going to be learning this language. Spend all your time just shouting it out to everyone so that you get a huge surge of dopamine from telling people you're going to sit and learn this language, and then spend absolutely no time learning it, because all you need is that dopamine high from telling people that you're going to learn the language, because it's going to make you feel just as good as actually learning the language. Like, what an idea to actually sit and learn the language when you can just get the same hit by just telling people you learn the language. What a discovery. This is why you should never waste your time trying to learn a language. And if you feel like learning a language, just tell yourself, it's too much hard work. Just give up now. This is not for you.